Oh, I put Psuche Soul again. I'll edit it big when it's over. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You're
so sorry.
fine. You're fine, love. It's fine.
All right, here we go.
Wait.
Peace, power, and prosperity, everybody. Rob Blackstorm here. I am with the beautiful, illustrious, wonderful, powerful, psychic, magnetic, ultra powerful reader, Psuche Soul. Psuche, tell the people what's going on. Tell the people how is everything and how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. Shout
I
out to
hope
some people.
everybody's okay. Everybody's doing well. If
Yeah,
you're here, you're blessed already.
yes.
So,
Bless the people real quick. I gotta set something up real quick on my phone, but talk to the people about we were having a beautiful conversation
mhm.
about the full moon and the vibrations, and being that you are also a master, in my opinion, a master occultist, um, give the people some things that they should look out for the rest of the week, how they can handle this new moon, and then we'll get into these readings a little bit while I set this up.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows that the moon is in Scorpio and we have a super moon as well. So this is it's super moon because of how close the moon is traveling to the earth. And also it's a full moon at the same time. This is what makes it a super moon. So being better able to draw down the energy of the moon and being able to enhance your magic. What I am focusing on today and tomorrow is I've been focusing on inner self work, self-reflecting, with anything dealing with the ego, anything dealing with the mind and the self-love work, self-mastery. Also tapping into the ancestral realm in order to level up meditations, level up your abilities and talents, your gifts, things like that. Like you're going to see a difference in that. So basically shadow working is something that we can tap into with this moon. Just anything dealing with the self and the inner self going within, because the moon, we know that the moon is dealing with the emotions, how you are emotionally, but this is all about the self. So it's how are you treating yourself? How are you emotionally talking to yourself? How are you treating yourself? And self-care, self-love, all of those things are really good for this time today, tomorrow, Wednesday, yes, too, as well. And then we also, I feel like we could put a pause on the other types of work. And not to say that we can't do it, but to kind of put a pause on it until the new moon is coming up around the 29th or 30th, right? I think the 30th. So holding off on those other types of magics until then, I feel like that's what I would suggest. And just working on the self and being self-involved. And like I said, with the shadow work, working with the ancestors to level up with your magic and with your abilities and your gifts and things like that. So that's what I'm focusing on. And I think that it's very important for us to be able to draw into this moon, tap into this moon because of the power of the moon today and tomorrow, to be able to go ahead and make that move in that direction for inner self and self-work. Those are my suggestions.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. And
What is your opinion?
I totally agree. Me being a Scorpio, which is what all the books tell me, but I'm really on the cusp of Scorpio and Libra. So I have the Venus influence, which is also tied to Taurus, which is what the sun is in, and also the moon's influence, which is which was in Scorpio, moved to Sagittarius today. But that energy, that scorpionic energy, is still very strongly felt. I didn't get to see the moon last night. I don't know, for some reason, where I was in the Bronx, I could not see it. I feel like they blocked it off with chemtrails, but I try not to be the conspiracy theorist, right?
I got a chance to see it.
Oh, you got a chance to
Yes.
see it? Okay,
Yes.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, so I think now, being that this deals with the depths, it's about, as you were saying, going within and what is going within. Well, finding space to look at your shadow self, the parts that you don't show the world, right? What the world
Definitely.
doesn't see about you.
Definitely.
Your hidden traumas, your hidden fears, your hidden anxieties, right? If you're on medication, right? They say 1 in 4 women are on some type of medication for mental health, quote unquote, happy pills, right? What led you to go to get that meditation? Or get that medication? What can you do? And I'm not going to tell anybody not to be off their meds if they need it. Some people have hormonal imbalances, but what herbs can you take, right? This is where you want to start looking at possible alternative solutions for the drugs. And there's also studies that came out that said, if you are taking these type of drugs for your mental health, that they really don't change your well-being over time, right? You actually become more and more dependent on the drug, which is what the pharmaceutical companies want, right? They want you to become more dependent on the drugs. They want you to be taking drugs for your happiness. So you want to see what you could do. And part of this is going back in time and looking at what caused you to get to the place where you are, where you're dealing with anxiety, where you're dealing with depression, where you're dealing with high levels of stress, and how you could fix it. So it's really a time, this is not a time to be doing any type of baneful spell work like curses and hexes, because the energy is so intense and you could really carry that wave and it'll affect you to a point to where this eclipse energy is going to last up until October, right? So it's going to be a strong energy that permeates. So you really don't want to be doing some type of baneful work, hexes. If anything, you're going to do some type of candle work, altar work, right? Really not the time for that. But if you are going to do that, make sure you're doing candle and altar work for yourself, right? Make sure you're doing it first and foremost to honor your ancestors, because that's really what an altar is supposed to be, an altar to where you honor your ancestors. You could also do work on it, but you want to also praise your ancestors and use that ancestral energy to fix parts of you, to heal parts of you, to transform, as I said in my earlier video, into the Phoenix part of you, so that you could come into your real power, come into your real purpose, live the dream that you want to live, and live the life that you are born here that you are born here and incarnated to live, right? We all are born with a purpose. We all have talents, some undeveloped, some developed, right? Some we just need people around us to nurture that talent. Some we just need to step away from distractions to nurture that talent. Some we just need to study more to develop that talent, right? Whatever it is that you need, only you know. But you have to seek that within the heart, right? You have to seek out that. That has to be a heart's desire of yours. So you really want to search through these things, through your trauma, through your hardships, how you got there, right? The problem, right? Your reaction to the problem and the solution to the problem. Like Mike Bell was saying in the video, all movies deal with problem, reaction, solution. So you want to look at your life that way. And if you are solving the problems, well, you can't rest on your laurels. You can't think that you're a super genius because you read all these books. Why does this keep people? You want to keep moving on, and definitely take time to look within yourself. Definitely take time for silence, take time for meditation, take time for fitness as well, right? Things that are going to develop you from the inside out, right? This is not the time to look at the external world, all these shootings and things that are happening, right? This is not the time to focus on those things. That was the time to focus on you, your safety, and your well-being, right? I dropped off in the community section. I basically broke down the shootings and stuff and the numerology and all that. So check that out. Yeah, and that is that. So that's how I looked at it. That's how I saw it.
Do you have a conflict because the moon being in Scorpio, and this moon in is self-reflecting, but not according to the ego. It's outside of the ego. So if you have your sun sign is in Scorpio, I read that there's supposed to be a conflict between the ego and the self now, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Are you feeling any of that, like a conflict?
Yeah, what this moon, I mean, to show a little vulnerability, what this moon is really ushering in as part of my personal healing is just more fearlessness, as far as doing this spiritual work. Like I'm fearless in, conflict and, basic urban activities, so to speak, right? Urban warfare, the experiences that I had as a youth. And I'm, I know how to deal with people even in a corporate environment. I'm fearless in those, fearless in when I know how to get money and provide for my family, right? But the spiritual work, learning, how to communicate, how to become a better speaker, how to articulate better, and just, the real conflict is just stepping into that, so
Right.
the work that I'm doing is steps. So you guys have seen me putting a lot of work. Those of you followed me for a while see me put a lot of work lately, so this is just part of that process, part of the growth, part of the evolution. So that's the conflict between, my ego being a Scorpio and knowing that I study the mysteries, knowing that I'm already into deep things like, the Kabbalah, the Kemetic tree of life, working with Egyptian deities and, Papa Legba and things like that. And these different dreams and visions that I have already being, already having these clairvoyant abilities, things like that. And putting out to the masses, because this was just a path.
Can I ask you something really quick?
Yes.
Are you sure you're live?
Hold up. Am I live? Am I still live? Hold up. Let me double check. Yes, says I'm live.
Because I've got it pulled up here and it says waiting for Rob Blackstorm. It's still saying I see your Moon Monday readings live, like your reminder for live.
Yeah, that might be because when I put the
that's like a tag or something.
Yeah, because
okay.
I don't know how to do it. It's a story, but yeah, I don't know how to do the when I schedule it.
Right.
It's very hard to.
Okay, so
yeah,
I was just making sure. I was just making sure that it's actually live because it says waiting. Okay,
yeah.
now I see. I see it now. I see.
Yeah,
I couldn't see your chat at first. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you can see it now.
My apologies. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's two separate lives. Like Adriana Hill. She says
okay.
2 separate lives, but this is the one that's actually active. Yeah. So this is the one that just doesn't have the thumbnail graphic. But yeah,
okay.
in short, that's really my thing. Stepping into it, being totally apologetic in my spirituality, and also combining it with my past, my street life, being vulnerable about me getting locked up, all those things, just expressing my true self and, being totally candid because I know my experience could help somebody else in a short time. So that's really the depth of me, is what I'm trying to pour out, the waters of me. So that's the conflict, having this and hiding it from the world versus having it and spilling it out to the world.
I think I've been feeling some of that conflict too, and I'm a Cancer, but I am a water sign. And I feel like that I have been having that conflict, just making sure that normally, like, I am very confident and I have no problems, with like speaking or in general, just connecting to people and being able to be in teacher mode, if you want to say. But like the past couple of days, I can definitely feel that difference in just wanting to be my Cancer self and just close in and be away from everything, or just just to take that chance and just that time and just be away from everything. So, but knowing what my gifts are and my abilities are, to go ahead and just push past that conflict and go ahead and do it anyway. So I've been definitely feeling that as well.
Yeah, and God body theology, the number 6, it deals with equality, right? But 6 also sounds like sex. So sex is man, we know it's different things nowadays, but if you want to create something, it's man and woman, right? So it's that feminine energy, that receptive energy, plus that masculine active energy put together. So with this being 2022, which also adds up to number 6, it's really about self-mastery on both sides, the inner self and the outer self. So some people may have challenges where they're dealing with, they may be outgoing and they may be a person that's in, so to speak, in the mix and things like that, very socially adept, right? Or, but on the other side, you might have people that are socially awkward, right? Who are shy in nature, right? So they have to bring those things out. So it's really about mastering, as they say, both sides of the force, right? The dark side of the force and the light side of the force.
Okay.
Because as I always say, who's bad, right? Is the lion bad or is the gazelle bad? You know what I'm saying? Is the cat bad for playing with the rat? Or was the rat bad for not escaping the cat, right? So this dichotomy of good and bad that we've been taught, it's not really real, right? The only thing that's real is that there is consciousness, there is a higher frequency, a high vibration, and a low vibration things that bring you down and things that bring you up. Right. So it's really about coming to terms with, again, the things that happen to you, the things that you haven't faced, right? Scorpio is all about transformation, death, right? Things that have to die, certain habits that have to die, certain people in your life that have to die, not metaphorically speaking, right? You might have to, even your social media, what you're streaming, right? It's a stream, so it's water, right? So it's a flow of consciousness. So that's also something that, we want to look at. And even I myself did some, tooling of some people that, I basically stopped following or whatever. And on the gram, stop. I've been working on that for a couple of weeks though, with the gram and stuff like that. But pretty much have that done. But just making sure I'm pouring my water, my flow into that which matters, or that which is going to edify me, strengthen me, make me sharper and wiser at the same time. And one of those things is having you on here with the family,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great questions though.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, great questions. If you guys are ready to start the readings, all you have to do is put your questions in the chat. Psuche is ready. I am ready. I talked about this in a video, guys. I got the sweetgrass burning. This is something that your ancestors from the Gullah Geechee all the way to Sierra Leone in Africa, right? Freetown, that particular area, they were burning this instead of sage, right? So again, this is something you can get for yourself as a sage alternative. Not to say you can't use sage, but when everybody's doing something, I tend to do something different. That's the Scorpio part of it. We always try to go against the grain, things like that. So with that being said, who has a question? Who has a question? Put it in the chat. Let's get it started. We're probably going to be on here until about 11.
Okay.
But it depends. If people come, we'll open the door for y'all. And also, don't forget to hit that like button if you are here. Don't forget to hit that donate button. And let me put Psuche Doula's Cash App in there. Because once she gets going, you guys will see how on point she is with these readings. And I'm excited to have her here with you. All right, so Ariana is here. You can see in the chat now, right?
I can, yes.
Okay. So
I'll let you know if I can't, like with what happened the other night. Yes. I've got to give me a new charger. This charger that I have, it's like, it charges super slow.
Okay.
It's supposed to be one of the fast chargers, but it's trash.
You're not gonna die on me. I know Scorpio means death.
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, good, good, good.
I've got the chat. I've got your live pulled up on my iPad, so then I can see your chat. Because on my phone, I can't see it. Remember the other night when I couldn't see your chat?
Yes, I do.
So I just pulled it up so that I can see it. But I'm on my phone. My phone's not going to go there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So the first question is from Ariana Hill, and she said, would moving back home with my parents have a good outcome for me? Moving back home with my parents have a good outcome for me. There's a lot of love there at home.
Huh?
There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love at home. But let me go to the cards. I'll let you set it off. But you could get comfortable. That's what I'm getting. Just my psychic.
That is what I was about to say. It's comfortable. It's comfortable. It's comfortable for you there. So you tend to get lazy.
That's what I got.
And then I've got the communication card as well, and I have the death card as well. So this is just this card also means like trying to put I'm trying to feel what I feel around this, trying to put on for like I think it's a cover that you're trying to put up for your family to feel, I guess it's to me feel like you're doing better than you are, or you better off than you are, and having some communication too with just not really asking for help or having challenges, not asking for help or not receiving help. The help is there for you. I feel like you've been through this before with your family, to where, you have gotten burnt, or you have tried to be in a good place. I'm going to take these rings off. They're going to get on my nerves. Trying to get into a good place with...
Comfortable, Psuche. Get comfortable.
Thank you. Trying to get in a good place where you are... don't want to say comfortable, because I feel the comfort of your family being around you. But it's a communication. I feel like it's a communication barrier. And that's my communication card here. And then this card, which is putting on something like a cover up, trying to hide something or putting on something like you're doing more better than you are. And then not receiving help. It's help there for you, but you're really like kind of skeptical, or even side eye the help is what I feel a side eye. So it's going to depend on you if this is going to be a good move for you. I think that it's some things that you may have feel like you've burned bridges, or that lines and boundaries have been crossed, but I do feel like that you and your family can communicate and get past that. Okay, I feel like that in the death card that you have, this is an energy of like dead that, or end it, or move past it. Okay, if you and your family can come together and dead this situation that happened, so you can move past that, I think it will be okay for you, but it needs to be temporary, because what I'm feeling is you can't be there for too long before it's something boundary wise being crossed, either with your respect that you want from your family, or the respect you give to those that are within the household. Okay, I do have a new relationship here too. How that relates to you moving back with your family is not an old relationship or ex. This is new relationship. So this could be just a new relationship or rekindling something. So this could be family unit. You moving back and rekindling that or making those boundaries be to where you all can come to a common ground to where you can have your boundaries, and everyone can set boundaries and get everything out and be able to move past it. That's what I'm getting in my cards. But will it be good move for you? Yes, if you don't get comfortable and lazy. Okay, because you can tend, when you're home, you can tend to get comfortable and lazy, which I feel like we all can do. Like if I move back home to my mama's house, I'll be lazy too. I'll get comfortable, I'll get lazy. She feed me good, so it's just that comfort of home. But boundary wise, I feel like you're a little antsy about that. Okay. Are you feeling anything different on this, or
Well, you know how this thing goes with me and you when we on it. So
it's it's alignment.
The card's gonna pull almost the same thing, right? So the first card I got is, so this card is Geb, right? So Geb in the Egyptian mystery school system. This deals with money, right? Money, foundation, home, and also health, right? So the fact these four are blocked. So what this denotes is that there are the wrong beliefs and the wrong emotions tied with money, tied with your foundation, tied with how you are even utilizing your current resources, right? This also denotes that there is waste. There's been wasting of money, wasting of resources, wasting of even time, right? Because we are on Earth, but we have cycles of time, birth, right? A young adulthood, right? We get into our pre-senior, then senior stage, right? So we eventually leave this planet and transverse into the multiverse. So resources, home, stability, this is an issue. And this is something that you definitely want to resolve. So going to your parents would be a great thing. This is the situation. The outcome or that you could be running into is communication issues with your parents, where there are actually verbal conflicts, but also your ideas of why you're going there, right? Are you going there for fear? Are you going there because you believe that you can't make it? Are you going there because you believe that this is your comfort zone? Or are you going to go there and actually use this as a way to spring forward in your life? Are you going to change your ideas when you're there? The way you think about money, the way you think about resources, and your emotions towards money and your emotions towards resources. So you really want to work on how you feel about taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Overall, just taking care of yourself and not having that crush to fall off. I'm getting that there's like this is kind of like a safety net thing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, that you can always go back there. And you want to get your mind out of that to feel like, that's not really an option moving forward. But based on what I'm seeing, I think this would be a good idea as long as you go into it with a directive of changing your mindset, because this is a mindset card. This is a self-programming card, a mantra card, verbal speaking, because you could program a dog through speech, right? A dog could accept verbal commands well. So this card of Sebek is all about verbal commands, verbal thinking, analysis, right? Make sure you're planning, plotting, strategizing, so that this is not something new. But yeah, this would be the time. If that is something that's on your mind, I would recommend that.
Absolutely.
On that?
Absolutely. It needs to be temporary though.
Definitely. Yeah, this is not something long term. It's just something where you're just going to stay and get back on your feet, and calibrate, and then go again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It could work.
It could work, yeah. And guys, these are going to be like short readings. We're not going to stay on because I see a lot of people want readings, so that is a great thing. But if you want longer readings, you could book us individually, or you could book us together. We have our Cash Apps there. Psuche's contact information I'll put in the chat. My contact information is all over my videos and on my channel. All right. So the next reading we're going to do is, I hope that makes sense for you, Ariana. So Simply Me is next. Simply Me asks, what does Spirit want me to know? Well, Spirit wants you to know you're a supreme being, baby. You are the most high. You are the divinity that you seek. You are the reflection of the light. Ha! Nah, I'm just talking. Ladies first. I didn't really tap into your energy yet. So let's see what Psuche has on the matter while I shuffle. But I'm getting a strong symphony. I'm getting a strong that Spirit wants you to know to fight. There's a fight that you have to fight that you've been avoiding, right? Some challenge that you've been trying to run it from, and you have to move past it. You have to fight. You have to fight through this particular. You have to put forth the effort to fight through this particular issue, right? And I feel like it's something that stems from your parents. It's a parental wound that you have to fight through. And you can't keep masking it with things, with purchases, with experiences, right? There's a masking with things and experiences that you have to kind of reevaluate and look at because you're avoiding facing the real you, the mirror, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, right? But go ahead, Psuche, while I shuffle.
That makes sense. My first card is the Chief card. And the Chief card is you're having a challenge, making a decision. It's a big decision for you. And even though that it is a big decision for you, that it needs to be made nonetheless. And this card also means don't run from this, stop running from it. It's something that you need to stand toe to toe with and go ahead and handle and make sense of it. Also, this card is consider your children. If you have children, it can mean consider your children. If you don't have children, this can mean consider everything that's going on around you. How is this going to affect your circumstances? How is it going to affect your environment? After that, you have this is a protection card. This means to protect yourself, guard yourself, this is guarding your heart, and more so and also guarding your mind, okay? Guarding your mind or your mental state or just your peace. Making sure that you are checking in with yourself and you're at peace. Okay, you have the Charity card and you have the Ten of Swords as well. That is things going your way. So I think spiritually, my cards are telling you that you are coming into a new, okay? You're coming into a new process. And although this may be a difficult challenge for you, or this may be something that's a little bit of a difficult decision for you, I feel like your sway is on the fence of where you came from religious background wise to where you are trying to go into now. So I think that this more so is just a challenge, not anything big, but it is affecting you. So this decision that you are contemplating on being on the fence of whether or not you want to go ahead and dive all the way into this or not, so, or just pause on it for now and just see how everything goes. More so your protection. I feel like this is around things like this, like readings, like I'm picking up on you getting like readings from different types of people, because this feel like this is a protection card in general, but I'm feeling more so in protect your mind and protect your peace. That's where I'm feeling this protection over. So spirit wants you to protect your mind, protect your peace. Okay, find ways to protect yourself, even though if you are getting readings, making sure it's someone that you trust, because when you do readings, we're technically tapping into your vibration to be able to read you, using our empathic abilities and using other abilities to be able to tap into you and see how you're feeling and what maybe have some insight on what you may be feeling, what you may be doing, like what type of work you're doing and where you live and things like that. So the circumstances, yes, but if a person wants to energy vamp you, this is the best way to do it. If you give someone access by reading you or being a psychic medium or a psychic reader for you. So I think spirit is saying protect your mind and protect your peace. Okay, and also like I said, just being cautious of when you are getting someone to do readings for you, then making sure that it's someone you trust. Like, you know, especially like group things that you aren't tapping into, like group wise. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. More so just protecting your mind and protecting your peace. Okay. Because just like someone that's doing a reading for you, like all diviners are not getting their information from like high vibration, or not all diviners are doing that. Like some diviners are consorting with, you know, demons. Some diviners consort with other types of deities and entities and things like that. You can still get information about a person's future circumstances and things that's going on around you, even though if you're tapped into a consorting with the demonic energy, that you can still do a 100% accurate reading. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're tapped into the light because you are a diviner. So protect your mind and protect your peace. That's what I'm getting for you.
Yeah, so the first card that I pulled was my aunt card. This is considered my aunt Tim, and Tim is just basically it will be like a reverse in tarot, right? So my aunt is about balance, but my aunt is about heart ultimately being light as a feather, and that is ultimately the ultimate balance. When you are lighthearted, you're able to feel more, you're able to see more, you're able to perceive more, you're more receptive because you're not weighed down with, oh, this bill. You're not weighed down with, oh, what is my baby daddy or my baby mama gonna do? You're not weighed down with the worries of what's gonna happen. Are the aliens gonna come invade the next day, right? Is a tank gonna, are they gonna put us in martial law, those type of things. So there's a certain belief that I'm getting like about spirituality, and also how you can get out of your own way, so to speak, right? Get out of the darkness, so to speak. And the next card that came was, this is considered a dark deceased card, right? So this again reflects like wrong beliefs, wrong emotions, and kind of a inward acceptance of like the type of person who thinks that we live in a prison planet and this world is shit, right? And, I just wish everybody would die, right? That type of energy. And the psychic part, which is what Psuche was talking about, is also showing up in this reading, because there is someone that is tapping into your force, into your psychic abilities, into your mind, into your energy, right? Into what is affecting your psychic ability. So you could are perceiving things the wrong way. So, and also thinking, right? The same thing is popping up as last week. Thinking, your ideas of spirituality, what you think spirituality is, what you may think magic is, those type of things, right? What do you think is for it? Do you think this is also deals with selfishness as well, right? Are you just doing these type of things so you could, manipulate someone, or you could,
You need to be
mess
quiet.
somebody's life up, or, cast a spell to get money or whatever, really doing it with the purpose of becoming the best version of you. So that's basically what I'm getting at with that. So a lot of this is really just you getting my artwork and realizing that everything has a balance. Everything has a balance. And the more you are weighed down by the world, the more you are weighed down by your perception of the world being quote unquote bad, the more you're weighed down by, wow, I'm gonna do this. This is something that it's gonna take time for you to fight to change and for you to fight to develop. But now is the time. The universe is providing the energy for you to do that, and for you to see the world from a better place and a better perspective. I hope that resonated. Um, anything else on that, Psuche?
Nope.
All right. So let's see who's next. So that was simply me. So J-Rock L asks, how do I prepare my son for a world like this? That's a good question. Because this world is crazy. Especially now. Ooh, hot. But our grandparents, our foreparents, our ancestors went through worse. And life is still going on. Children have still been born. We are still here. And we will continue to be. The main thing for preparing any man is strength, courage, right? And the ability to heed to wisdom. And wisdom is oftentimes not found, period, in anger or simple aggression or testosterone-based activities. Wisdom is found in silence, in nature, and through study. And a lot of times, especially as men or as boys, our testosterone-based makeup, we use that, and we use our aggression, we use the tone of our voices, right? We use manhood or the thug, especially those of us who grow up in the streets, right? The thug motif, right? The gangster motif, the fuck everything motif, And a lot of times, because we're on that type of time, we get jammed up because we don't heed wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I know the day before in the 90s when I had got locked up, right? The day before, that morning, my mom literally was sitting on my bed and telling me to come home that night, begging and pleading for me not to stay out late. She knew something I didn't, but I wasn't trying to hear that. I had things to do, you know what I'm saying? I had some money to get. And that was the night that changed a lot, So that's what I got initially from just hearing the question. But Psuche, do your thing.
Okay, first thing I have is this is a ancestral card. Okay, this is movement and ancestral guidance and ancestral support. The next card is dealing with the emotions and feelings. Okay, and then after that, this card is dealing with fear, but fear like a made up fear or fear that's all in the head. Okay, so what I see here is teaching your child about ancestral support, ancestral lineage, and also that the ancestors are there to support and guide and for wisdom and knowledge, and also protection. Our ancestors are the most powerful form of spiritual protection that we have. I mean, it surpasses crystals, it surpasses prayer, blessings, it surpasses everything that affirmations, all of the things that we do within our physical environment to create protective barriers and things like that. But my opinion, beyond anything else, the ancestral realm, being connected to your ancestral realm, is the most effective form of protection that we have, both mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually. Okay, and there are some things that we can do here that we can't do in the spiritual realm. And if we can do in the spiritual realm, we also still need their support. Okay, because we operate here most of the time, and then sometimes we actually do go into other dimensions and worlds and things like that. But when we do, we still need the support of our ancestors. So I think in my cards is saying, inform your child about ancestral support, and also teaching your child how to control their emotions, and that knowing that they are in control of their emotional state, and their emotional state is what controls and creates their reality. And don't create fear in your child. This is a fear card. So don't create fear, because that is, I feel like, failure if you create fear or you plant seeds of fear in your child about the world that they are in. Okay. We learn fear. Fear is not anything that we are born with. We're actually born believing we can do everything and anything until we are taught and we are learned that you can't do that. Stop that. You can't do that. You can't. Get down. You too small. Get down. You too little. Like, don't jump off that. You're going to hurt yourself. Like, we are learned fear. So I feel like this is what the spirit is saying to you, is to just make sure that you're instilling in your child that they are protected because they have ancestral and ancestor guardians, and that controlling their emotions puts them in a better place to where if they're out of control of their emotions, they can always end up in a situation that could be harmful or to them or someone else. And also creating a fear. Don't ever create fear in your children or child. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. And what I'm looking at and what I was thinking about, and one of the first things that came up. So again, this is the same card, the Sabak, verbal thinking, right? Analysis, things like that. Wrong beliefs, wrong emotions. So I feel like this is for you, J Rock. I feel like as the father and the man, just making sure, the first thing that one of the things that came to my mind was like white supremacy. Like, make sure that you're not teaching him that, this is a white world and you can't make it through this world, or that these crackers always do this or these crackers always do that. Sometimes, even though we don't mean it, we can tend, and I had this for a long time, we could tend to have like a victim mindset because we don't see any way out, right? Malcolm got shot, Martin got shot, Medgar Evers got killed, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on with the police shootings, right? The Trayvon Martins and all that, right? Even what happened in Tops, in Buffalo recently, right? So it could be very discouraging, but we want to always maintain the eye of optimism. So this was the first card, making sure that you're always teaching him and giving him life lessons that will keep him optimistic. Also storytelling, like tell him about the things that you learn from in your own life, right? The lessons that you already experienced in your own life that you learn from and that you can reflect on, and that you can now impart. And the money card, the resource card, but this is more about the spiritual energy to make money. And what that means is the spiritual energy, not just to make money, but to create things, right? To make sure that he knows he can create anything he wants, that he could build anything he wants. And it may seem weird to you. It may seem out of the box. It may seem unorthodox. It may not fit into your current way of seeing the world, but allow him to be free to create, right? This is spiritual. When you see these holes, this is like spiritual action, spiritual creation, not really more so book knowledge or book study or book learning, but more so doing, action, activity, living in this energy of creation, in this energy of building, and in this energy of getting finances. This child, what I'm getting is this child is going to be the one that can change the course of your family, basically be the spark for your generational wealth. But he has to believe it. And he has to believe that there are no limits. He has to believe that this world is here and he could take it by the balls. And when he goes into a corporation, he could crush it. Whether he's going to do construction, he's going to crush it. No matter if they're white, Asian, purple, green, black, tar babies, Africans, whatever, right? Whatever, that he's going to go there and he's going to have the spirit to build and crush whatever he's going to do. Right. So he has that idealism, and he has that belief. That's really the main thing. So that's how he's going to survive this world, knowing he could do whatever he wants and he could build whatever he wants, and having that belief in his subconscious mind, constantly programmed by you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming you're, but constantly programmed by you, Dad.
And also the ancestor, the reason why ancestry is coming up in the reading, I would ask him if he is if his child is giving offerings to the ancestors, because I'm feeling like his child is becoming a favorite or becoming like a pick amongst the ancestor energy that's around you all. Like he's giving to them or offerings or giving things to them. So it's becoming like something that something he's getting used to, and they're getting used to getting from him. So he's becoming like a pick or a favorite, or they have found favor in him. So that makes sense that you're saying that he is the one that may be the child that takes the family, turns the family for the better. Okay. Because I'm feeling that in this giving that he's given, like I can actually feel him placing things out before the ancestors, like offering types of things, and them becoming him becoming in favor of them. Okay, so that this is why the ancestral energy came up, because to teach your child that he does have ancestral support, and that's the main thing, and it's very, very effective in giving to them, and them becoming that protector for your family, and not just spiritual, but actually metaphysical and physical protection for them, and actually walking with them daily, like as he go to school and as he's going and coming, like I could just feel ancestral energy around him. So it's because of his giving, like, and the state that he's in is gratitude. So he enjoys this, and they have made him made favor in him. So this is very effective.
He don't have to worry about like as far as physical things, as far as like physical things and like the earth and the changes and all that, he ain't really got the spirit that's on him, and like Psuche was saying, with the ancestral connection and the spirit that's on him, he doesn't really have to like worry. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's like already kind of a free child. Like he don't want to worry about nothing. He just wants to feel confident. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to worry. He don't want to think that this can't happen. He don't want to think about any limits. He just wants to know that it could happen. He just wants that spirit in him that it could happen, that I could make it happen. No, against all odds. Like it's a kind of that card is kind of like a warrior energy as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very earthly, very grounded, very material. Probably he's good with working with his hands, that type of energy. So you just want to continue to encourage that spirit, and he already has this connection with the ancestors, so he doesn't really have to worry too much about what's going on in this world. He just has to keep his mind right. He just can't be distracted, and he can't be getting the wrong ideas from things in the world, from the music he listens to, from the things that he's watching about himself, right?
And sometimes you're already preparing. You're already preparing.
Go in, Queen. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's a little lag. It's a little lag.
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
All right. So I hope that's good, J Rock. I hope that you said it's good. All right, perfect. All right, who is next? All right, so we did Simply Me. All right, so we can. All right, so Divine Goddess said she would appreciate any general message. Okay. General message. Drink more water. Nah, let me stop.
That's for me.
Drink in the morning upon sunrise.
I think that one's for me.
Do your mudra with the thumb of fire and the middle finger of ether, and you will manifest a circle of energy that will provide you all that you need. Just being silly, y'all. All right, let me switch it over. I'm gonna do my shuffling in the gallery mode. So general message for divine goddess. Oh, while Psuche gets ready, and while she's doing her reading, I'll pick from my cards. But real quick lesson while we waiting. Let's do 5 fingers, the elements of the 5 fingers. All right. So thumb is fire. The thumb is fire. The middle finger is ether or space. The pointer finger is earth. The pinky finger is water. And this finger, I think it's called the index finger, is air. So those are the 5 elements on the hand, and you activate them when you press the thumb, which is the fire element, on these different parts. So if you press it on your FU finger, you're tapping into the ethers. Great to do during meditation. But if you're trying to get into a flow state, let's say you're tapping into water, so you're using the pinky, right? The way I use it, or the way I tap into that, using that in that flow state, is if I'm trying to draw something to me, money, right? I've done it with women, relationships, I've done it with resources, homes, right? When you're trying to get something to flow with you. The earth, which would be this finger, right? Putting these 2 together is when you're trying to get more grounded, right? You're trying to be less, you might be, sometimes spiritually you can be overactive and you could be too hyped. So you just need to be grounded.
This is the one I use when I'm meditating. So that makes
that's
sense.
one of the elements. Yeah, that's one of the elements. And as well with the so the water, we did the earth, and the air. And the air element is really when you're trying to put messages out into the universe. You're trying to put messages out into the air, and you're programming yourself with affirmations in particular, right? Because our thoughts are things and words are worlds, right? So when we think things, they actually manifest. And the words that we say that power our thoughts are what creates matrices or ideas or literal seals, which if you saw the movie Doctor Strange, you've seen him do these mudras, and he created those little seals, right? They're called Solomon seals, different pentacles. I won't get too deep into the occult in this particular thing, but I just want to drop that. Spirit told me to, so I want to give that to y'all as just a way to look at the 5 elements in the hand and how you could take that into your meditation to activate your inner self.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
So we have fire, spirit, earth, air, and water.
Yeah. Here you go. Pinky's water. Yeah, pinky's water. And the way I remember it is my FU finger, right, and right next to my earth finger. You know what I'm saying? Earth finger is right next to my fire finger, and my FU finger, you gotta remember that. So it's the ether, space, whatever you want to call it, right? Your water finger is gonna be the pinky. That's easy.
The pinky, and then fire.
Air finger is the index finger, right? And if you think about it, you don't really use your index that much.
No.
So it makes sense that it's air, because air is like not really tangible. It's a gas.
Right.
Just a little lesson for y'all. All right, Psuche. So what do you got for divine goddess? I'm a cook.
So for her, I have, this is a card that means studying up under someone. This could mean going back to school, or studying up under someone, or someone taking you under their wing and teaching you, or learning some type of a skill or trade. Okay, this card is like a being alone card, not being lonely, but being alone. Okay, there's a difference in between being alone and being lonely. I don't feel lonely on you, but I do feel that you're okay in being alone. I do have the Lover's card for you as well. So this is a feeling of, if in this being alone, and the Lover's card, okay, it's either having these 2 cards together. It's either you're in a relationship, but you still feel alone in this relationship, or you are alone now, single, but coming into a new relationship, which is your lover's card, because the lover's card is coming right behind that. Okay, you also have the attraction card, which is the moon, and you have the chakra card, which is the sacral chakra. More so, it's the sacral chakra. And then the emerging one, it is just moving through life and moving through your situation and not thinking too much about it, but just kind of being easy about it. Okay. So if this is picking up on your energy, then we have you going back to school, or you contemplating going back to school, or you already have decided to go back to school, or either learn a new skill or new trade, or you're thinking about it. Okay. So the spirit is saying to you, is confirmation on that this is a good path for you, this path that you've chosen to either go back to school or learn a new skill, or being like intern, like an internship, or either an externship of someone taking them on, you working with someone, or someone taking you under their wing and teaching you something, a new skill or trade or something. Okay. And then in the lover's card coming behind this, being alone or not lonely, or in a relationship that you find yourself feeling alone, even though you are in a relationship. So the being easy on this is you knowing that it's going to get better. It can get better, it will get better. So I feel affirmations on you. That the confirmation of the daily affirmations actually coming back, those seeds that you're putting out and sowing actually coming back to you. And this week, especially your money, like money out, the money affirmations, this is money, expected money for you, and unexpected money as well for you, coming back to you in these affirmations and seeds you've already sown. Maybe doing money work or money affirmations. I'm feeling really more so affirmations on you. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you.
Yeah. What I'm getting for you, Divine Goddess, is, so the first card this is the Amen card. And you know the Judeo-Christian prayer, it ends with Amen, right? And Amen closes the prayer. So Amen, really all it means is peace. Is to be at peace of mind. The goal of spiritual work, spiritual development, spiritual self-mastery, even where you become a quote unquote master of the mystic arts, right? Or master of the esoteric and occult knowledge, right? Where you could make things manifest at will. Do you have to have a certain peace of mind to do so? So this is really not about study, not about learning, but about feeling the emotion of peace. I'm sensing that bodies of water would be very good for you to be around in nature. Like that's a good thing for you, just to kind of sort things out and kind of relax you. I feel like that is something that you haven't really indulged in a lot. And once you start doing that, sitting around bodies of water in nature, really just reflecting, you're going to get a shitload of downloads. A ton of, like, they're just going to be coming at you fast and furiously. And also your psychic abilities will start to come online. You may be already having a lot of lucid dreams currently, dreams that feel like they're very real dreams. And a lot of us are having these lucid dreams around
Right.
that are very real. You can smell, touch, taste, right? You want to, in those lucid dreaming moments, and when you reflect on them, you want to look and see where you've done things that, because dreams are a way of showing us our decisions and showing us who we really are. I remember one of my teachers, Ronald Ephraim, men used to say, when you're doing your spiritual work, right? When you have a lucid dream, that lucid dream is basically a lesson. So it's basically showing you if you've passed, right? If you've done the work and you've passed on, right? Or you've conquered whatever that is you tried to conquer, right? Whether it's something personal or mundane, or if you were defeated in that dream, right? Whatever that was, that you still have to work on. So, but peace is very important to you, and there's a lot of chaos. And the main thing is just your belief about peace, right? This is a belief. There's one hole open, so it's not all closed. So when you see the one hole, it's really about your belief It's really about your ideas about what peace is, what it looks like. And peace is not utopia. Peace is not everybody in the world getting along. Peace is not all the Black people in the world holding hands and singing kumbaya. It has never happened. It will never happen. Even Africans among themselves are fighting right now, right? There's a whole genocide. So looking for that with Black people in particular, looking for that in people in particular, it's not going to happen. What will happen is more people will raise their vibration, but we live in a world of polarity. So there's always going to be good and bad. So make sure that don't have these ideas of peace being centered around man-made ideas of everything being good, everything being right. And make sure that you're doing things and thinking things, right? This is a mindset thing. So you want to this is more of a belief thing. So you want to study, read, watch videos in the morning. I don't know if J-Rock's still here, but this is also applied to you, Divine Goddess. I don't know if you know Reverend Ike, right? Well, but especially you, J-Rock, with your son, going back to you. Having to tap into Reverend Ike, watching Reverend Ike videos. I feel like that would be a good thing for him, but also good for you. Also, math for you, Divine Goddess, would also be a good tool. Like getting into math, like accounting, even like as far as getting a business started that may be around it. I feel like you have a natural inclination to that, but it's kind of something you push towards the side, you know. But step into your talents, you know what I'm saying? Step into your talents, step into who and what your purpose is, who and what your flow state is, what you're going to be, and step into the spirit of that. Not just the concept, but the actual walk, the actual feel of how that feels. But yeah, once you start to really study and get the information that you need and start to pour yourself in with more information that is bolstering, not just information about the Anunnaki and the Hebrews and, you know, the Kemet, the metaverse, and, you know, the multiverse and all these astral travel and all these things, right? But all these things that are really going to edify you, really going to make sure that you're living a life of peace, and peace is preceded by gratitude and joy. So you want to cultivate that more and more on a day-to-day basis. Find things that make you happy. Find things that put you at peace, that make you settle, that allow you to relax.
Right.
You have a hectic life, but just because you have a hectic life doesn't mean you can't find pockets of peace throughout the day. But you have to do that, and you have to believe you can do it and set up. This card is also about strategy, right? Strategy, planning, organization. So you want to have strategy. Okay, I got to hard work. I got the kids or whatever the case is. But when I put them to bed, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take 15 minutes to meditate, or I'm going to take 15 minutes to watch a comedian, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to take, 15 minutes to go outside, take a walk, take a drive or whatever it is. Just to and get your mind right, take the kids, sit by some bodies of water, just relax if the kids run through the park. You sit down, just reflect and think, get you a pen and pad, write things out, strategize, use that time to strategize and plan. All right. That's what I got for you. All right. Let me see. Is there anybody else? We're at the 11 o'clock mark, actually. So
11.
11. I think this is a good time to shut it down. You got anything else for the people?
No, my loves.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the Cash Apps. Also, I highlighted you guys in the concepts that did Cash App. Oh, I want to also shout out a couple of people who Cash App me previous to this. And Psuche, if you didn't get any Cash Apps, don't worry. I got y'all split how we do. Split the purse, so to speak. But one thing before we go, I want to shout out a couple of people that have hit me because I do appreciate it. Shout out to you, Ariana. I'm not gonna say your last name, but Ariana. Appreciate the Cash App as well. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for appreciating this work. We come into this. Actually, let me split this so you can see both of us. But we come into this too, basically, we come into this with no expectations, either one of us. You know, we're not really doing this
Absolutely.
for the money, so to speak.
It's not for the money.
It's not for the money at all.
Thank you, Ariana.
Yes, we are, but we are very thankful. We're very thankful. And shout out to Linda President. I don't know if she's here, but I want to shout out to her and shout out to Nataka Williams. All right. These are people who donated in the past. Sometimes, you know, look, I told Psuche many times, there's times where I want to quit this thing. Yeah, I'm making money on my secular gig, like, you know, whatever I got my people I do readings for, like, I'm good, you know. But, you know, she sometimes I'll get a cash app and that'll just change my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, let me just shoot this video or let me put this out there. So you guys have kept me going more than you know. You guys, where you see me going for a month, those of you who rocked me for a while and have seen me going for a month or so, you guys have kept me going. You guys are the reason that even Psuche Dula is here. You know, without you guys, your guys' support and your guys' kindness and being cordial. And when I say I hope it returns 10 backfold, I know it will. And my intent that it does come back to you tenfold. So I want to say all of you here that have donated, even if you didn't, even if you just hit the like button, I hope that, because the like button is a hit of dopamine as well. So I want that hit of dopamine to come back to you in your day-to-day life. All right.
Thank you, Nataka.
Yes, thank you, Nataka. Thank you all. Thank you all. Anyone, anything else you got to say?
No, thank you. No, that's it. Thank you for having me.
Let me put you in, let me put your information. If you guys want to book us together, yeah, it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be a more intense reading. I'll read from like 3 different decks. Psuche, she does a longer spread for you. So that'll be a longer session, but we will work with you together. Or you could just book her individually. You could book me, but
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of what's going on with my baby mom and my boyfriend. You know, that's why I kind of backed off. I was doing this in 2017, and it just became like what's going on with my baby daddy thing. So I kind of backed off. I'll still do them if you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do it, you're like, yo, Rob, I really want to read it. This is my purpose, so I can't turn you away, right? It's
absolutely.
But I will do it for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you want us to book us together, you can do that as well.
Absolutely.
I'll put Psuche information, Atanya. How do you spell the last? E-T-I?
Is this Facebook?
Yeah.
A-T-I-Y-A.
A-T-I.
E-T-A-N-A.
E-T-A-N-A.
That's my Facebook.
Okay.
And DORKASSOUL Instagram. And Psuche Dula here on YouTube.
So it's 2 S's?
Yes, for Instagram.
Okay. And yes, your YouTube channel is what you see right here. Her name, Psuche, like 2K. Okay, like 2K. Dula. Yeah, we're gonna be back once again.
Thank you.
We'll be doing this more and more often when she gets more subscribers. So go to our page and subscribe now. Hit her subscribe button. Hit my subscribe button. But hit her go after you hit my subscribe button. You hit my like button. Go to her video. Hit her like button for her video she has up, and hit her subscribe button as well. All right, we appreciate it. We love you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. Because without you, there is no us. All right. Peace, power, and prosperity. Rob Blackstone, Psuche Dula. Y'all be well. We love y'all.
Bye.